Quest for the West. A spring training look at the 1989 Minnesota Twins. Brought to you by Litson Motors in Forest City and Shakey's Pizza Buffet in Rochester.
Hi, everybody, and greetings from the Sunshine State of Florida. We are going to talk a little baseball today, Twins baseball, that is, as they get ready for the 1989 American League season. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a minute.
Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
This spring, step into a lifestyle that provides luxury, comfort, and dependability. Litson Motors has a large selection of Winnebagos and Itascas. Check out a 31-foot Itasca Sunflyer, a demo with only 3,000 miles, or this 89 Itasca Phasar, a motorhome that's economical. Also, see the elegant Winnebago 40-foot Super Chief for $89. Litson Motors offers factory direct pricing and quality service. When you think motorhomes, think Litson Motors.
There's a friend of mine who's always going out to eat. Some days he likes chicken. Other days he goes out for pizza. On Wednesdays, he likes good Italian pasta. Thursdays, it's salads, and so on. But no matter what he has, he pays only one low price for his food each weekday, because he only eats at Shakey's Buffet. Hey, sometimes he just has it all. Shakey's all-you-can-eat buffet, still bringing a good deal to every meal.
At Pearl, we know there are lots of reasons to get a spare pair of glasses.
For reading, of course.
For sports, you know, b-ball.
Ooh, these go with my outfit.
Well, now at Pearl, you can get that second pair free.
I lose stuff.
Flip the coupon from magazines or newspapers, buy one pair of glasses and get a second pair, or buy Durasoft Colors contacts and get a clear pair for the best reason of all.
Hey, they're free.
It's Walk America time, and this year KLSS and KIMT are teaming up to make Walk America 1989 the best.
Join us along with Senior Ambassador Andy Gassaway Saturday, April 29th in Mason City's Central Park for the nation's largest walking event.
The pledges you earn stay right here in Iowa and directly benefit local communities. That's good news for the families of North Iowa.
So come join in the fun of Walk America and help fight birth defects.
Together we can make the difference. Welcome back. Well, 1988 may not have brought trophies and rings to the Twins as in the year before, but don't think for a second it wasn't a successful season. A record 3 million fans paid their way into the Metrodome to watch their favorite team, but those weren't the only record setters residing at 5th in Chicago. Those folks saw the Twins win 91 ball games, most by the Minnesota franchise since 1970. Now, their perception of a free swinging squad possessed of power may be somewhat true, but it's leather rather than wood that's really the club's backbone. The Twins committed just 84 errors in '88, the all-time low in Major League history.
I think it's something a guy can be pretty proud of. The last, I don't know how many years baseball's been going. You got a team that comes out here and plays on the fast turf and stuff like that, and you play 162 ball games. That's a pretty good accomplishment for the ball club we have. We work hard at it. We work hard at our defense, and I think it's shown the last couple of years that if you play defense, you're going to win ball games. And it's more, I guess, rewarding because when you look at it, it's kind of a team record, not so much individual. And that's what we try to pride ourselves in, is the defense. And if you get the pitching and the defense, you know, we're going to be in a lot of games. So that's what we pride ourselves in, and we concentrate on working on, hard every day.
So, move over Rover. The Twins are certainly no mutts with their mitts themselves. The glove work by Minnesota fielders made them man's best friend of the Twins pitching staff. Their play in the field helped hurlers Frank Viola and Alan Anderson also set some memorable marks on the mound. What does it feel like playing with a team like that behind you? Best defense in the history of baseball.
It makes our job easy. I think if you look at our walk total, it's one of the lowest in the major leagues because we know all we have to do is put the ball in play and they're going to make the plays for us. And when you can approach every game with that feeling, it's real easy to pitch.
It's just a combination of talent and hard work. I mean, you guys really work on the fundamentals out here, don't you?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. A lot of teams neglect that, but TK's a stickler for it, and we really go over it. And it's embedded in our head by the time the season starts, and it pays off during the course of the season.
So during the course of this season, that should be the least of Tom Kelly's worries. Put him in the book. 20 wins for Frankie, barring injury, and more exceptional play from Twins fielders. Now, if TK could just do the same for the other half of last year's Super Southpaws. Alan Anderson's 16 wins and league-leading 2.45 earned run average helped him emerge from the shadows and become a strong starter on what had been a suspect staff.
I think I really came around more mentally. I felt more confident about myself of my mental approach to the game. I felt confident I could go out and throw strikes and change speeds. And I found out when I did that, the hitters get themselves out more times than not. You know, I'm not an overpowering pitcher, and I keep that same frame of mind throughout that past season last year. Then I just carried it on into this season.
Was it the changeup the number one pitch for you?
Well, my fastball is the number one, but my changeup is, you know, conflicts a little bit with that. So it's kind of like fastball change and then occasional breaking ball.
How about Frank Viola? Did being around him and watching him operate on and off the field, did that help you at all?
Yeah, I think watching Frank and his work habits and the way he pitches in the big leagues and how he conducts himself, I think that has a great influence on myself because, you know, seeing him being able to do that and being successful in the big leagues, I feel that I have to do a lot of similarities.
What are you going to have to do to duplicate last year? Just keep the same frame of mind?
Yeah, I think just stay confident and confident in myself and confident with my teammates behind me. For one thing, a pitcher has to do is go out and throw strikes and change speeds, and just put your defense, get your defense in the ball game. When you got a good defense behind you like we do, if I feel that if I go out and throw consistent strikes, I have a feeling we're going to put the team in a position to win.
Anderson earned a hefty raise from last year's performance, but still he wasn't completely satisfied with the terms. Viola also is in a contract controversy, giving Andy MacPhail an opening day deadline for a new deal. Keeping focused on baseball rather than bank accounts could be the key to those Port-Siders' performances in '89. One man who shouldn't have that problem is Kirby Puckett. The superstar center fielder vaulted himself into the upper echelon of earnings during the offseason, joining the exclusive $2 million a year club. Good reason to smile. But Kirby earned every cent of it. He knocked in 121 runs with 234 hits, and by hitting .356, posted a higher average than any AL right-handed hitter since Joe DiMaggio back in 1941. Put simply, Puckett is one of the best players in the game today.
All I do is just go out every day and just play hard. That's my goal, is to come out and give Tom Kelly and the Minnesota Twins 100%. I have a lot of confidence in my ability, and I believe in myself. And I'm the kind of player, I'm not a street kid, but once I get hot, I can be hot for a while. So I just work hard and just hope that that day doesn't wait to come too long before I get hot, and just go from there.
Now, are you the same guy you've always been after, you get the national attention and the big money contract? Are you still the same Kirby Puckett?
I like to think I am. I haven't changed. I don't think I've changed a lot. I don't think I've changed any at all. I was just outside signing autographs, and people say, well, I can't believe you're doing that. So I said, well, this is just me. This is the way that I do things, and I'm never going to stop being myself regardless of how much money I make. So I'll try to be nice to people, and hopefully people will be nice to me. It's not always the case, but 9 times out of 10, I think I do a good job. As far as my baseball career, like I said, I believe if I go out and give 100% and just work hard, and I know I have good work habits, and if you keep up good work habits, good things will happen for you.
Led by Puckett, Viola, Merbach, and Gary Gaetti, the Twins are fast becoming one of baseball's highest salaried teams. But to keep all that talent in Minnesota, they take more record-setting crowds going through the Metrodome turnstiles. Well, those big-name, big-money, big leaguers will be the first to tell you superstars alone won't make the Twins. When we come back, we'll talk to some young hopefuls and new additions hoping for a bright future with the Twins.
Remember when someone would go all out to fix a great meal for you? Remember how they'd insist that you fill your plate and welcome you to take a second helping? Well, there's still somebody out there who's willing to go to great lengths for you at a price that will never leave you short of cash. Shakey's all-you-can-eat buffet, still bringing a good deal to every meal.
This spring, step into a lifestyle that provides luxury, comfort, and dependability. Litson Motors has a large selection of Winnebagos and Itascas. Check out a 31-foot Itasca Sunflyer, a demo with only 3,000 miles, or this '89 Itasca Phasar, a motor home that's economical. Also, see the elegant Winnebago 40-foot Super Chief for '89. Litzen Motors offers factory direct pricing and quality service. When you think motorhomes, think Litzen Motors.
Where do people get their faces from? Their parents? No, from right here, the makeup room. You go in looking, you always come out looking great. This week, we're going to make up the legendary Mickey Rooney, Academy Award winner Marley Matlin, and Duran Duran. Plus, we'll get the line on Mark Lynn Baker, Peter Boyle, and Gordon Thompson. The flag goes up with Danny Sullivan, the world Indy driving champion. We're putting a new face on everybody on the next Arsenio Hall Show. Be there.
Tonight at 12:30 on KIMT.
Flirting means really is giving a compliment to someone. It's saying, I noticed you. You're special.
On the next Sally Jesse Raphael, what do men really think about women?
The more I give, the more she expects. Too much makeup is a turnoff.
What do women think about men?
Men make women feel like objects. Men were to take birth control pills. I wouldn't trust them to take it.
Everybody got sex on their minds. It's the 80s.
A face-to-face battle of the sexes on the next Sally.
Tuesday morning at 8 on KIMT.
Thanks for staying with us. And you know, that's just what a couple of new Twins are doing these days, saying thank you to Andy McPhail. Over the winter, the Twins general manager went looking for a starting pitcher and second baseman, and may have just found what he was looking for in Shane Raleigh and Wally Backman. In getting Backman from the Mets, the Twins now have a durable switch-hitting second baseman, waving bye-bye to light-hitting Steve Lombardozzi and the often-injured Tommy Herr. A lifetime .283 hitter, Backman looks to be the prototype player to bat second in the Twins lineup.
I'm hoping that I can really help this ball club. You know, this ball club was a great ball club before I got here, and I really believe that I can fill that number 2 hole that they've needed somebody at for quite a while. You know, my whole theory is just to get on base and to try to make things happen, and I believe that I can do that pretty darn good, and with guys like Kirby and Herbie and those guys hitting behind you, hey, it should just be a lot of runs. That's all it should mean.
But Wally's world has always been the National League, and after 9 years in the senior circuit, there's a certain unfamiliarity for him with AL pitching, meaning it's back to school for Backman with his twin teammates as tutors.
The adjustments that I'll have to make, there'll have to be a few. You know, those things I'll try to use my peers for. I'll try to use my teammates to try to help me out on those adjustments, and that's who I'm really going to rely on the most is my teammates. And there's a few guys that I do know, and so I don't think that it's going to be that big a deal. You know, it's gonna take some time, but I'm not going to say that it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to affect my hitting, because I don't believe that. The hardest thing to learn is the way that they pitch in different situations, and as long as I can use my teammates for those things, I don't think I'm going to have anything to worry about.
Well, Backman was more than glad to bid the Big Apple adieu. No less happy with his new situation is Raleigh. At age 33, the left-handed starter should also be rejuvenated by his new surroundings after leaving a floundering Phillies ball club.
Well, Shane, you know, just a year ago, at this time, Shane was had the second most amount of wins in the National League and played on arguably one of the most porous defenses in the National League last year on a club that was 30 games under 500. We sport what we believe to be the best defensive team in the major leagues, plus the team that's 20 games over 500. So we feel the change of scenery alone is going to benefit Shane, and we're going to benefit from that. And if he's 100% healthy, I don't think anybody doubts that he can help us.
Minnesota's a great ball club, great defensive team. I'm enjoying my time here. The guys have really seemed like a good bunch of guys, and they look like they want to have fun out there. And I think we got away from having fun over in Philadelphia. I'm really looking forward to this year. You know, they were the best defensive ball club in the major leagues last year, so that's got to help. There'll be a little bit of adjustment, obviously. There's a lot of new players since I left the league in '84. I don't expect a major problem.
Raleigh posted an exhibition earned run average of 6.15. And the Twins brass are hoping that doesn't become a major problem as the regular season gets going. But Raleigh and Backman aren't the only new Twins to come north. Also making the 24-man roster are pitchers Roy Smith, Mike Cook, and Gary Wayne. Smith came up late last year from Portland to go 3-0 with the big club, then picked up where he left off with a 1.2 earned run average this spring. Wayne will be the Twins' lefty in the bullpen, earning his first spot in the majors with a 0.59 spring ERA. Then Cook, he came over from the Angels in the Burt Blyleven trade, and will take the place of middle reliever after Keith Atherton was dealt to Cleveland for outfielder Carmen Castillo. Whether those young arms can do the job or not remains to be seen, but at least it's not like April '88 when the questions answered by ancient arms Steve Carlton, Joe Negro, and Tupi Martinez all came up wrong. In fact, if those new guys can't hack it, the Twins, for the first time in a long time, look to have some homegrown talent in their own system. Names like Mike Dyer, Jim Davins, and Johnny aren't familiar now, but look out down the road.
Some of these players, for instance, Johnny Art has only been out 3 months, so naturally he's one of our top arms in the organization, and we feel that he's going to have to go out as well, probably as 3 or 4 other guys go back to AAA and start on that level and hopefully have some success there, and if we need some help during the season, bring them up to the major league level. One thing is we do have some good quality young arms, not only here but also in the system. In Willie Banks, who was our #1 pick a couple of years ago, he's over in Melbourne, which isn't too far away, but he is only 18 years old. All these fellas we're talking about are 18, 19, 21 years old, so we do have some good young arms coming along for the system.
When we come back, we'll hear from the Twins on how they think the American League West will stack up this season and predictions from yours truly. Stay with us.
This spring, step into a lifestyle that provides luxury, comfort, and dependability. Blitzen Motors has a large selection of Winnebagos and Itascas. Check out a 31-foot Itasca Sunflyer, a demo with only 3,000 miles, or this 89 Itasca Phasar, a motor home that's economical. Also, see the elegant Winnebago 40-foot Super Chief for $89. Blitzen Motors offers factory direct pricing and quality service. When you think motorhomes, think Blitzen Motors.
Next time on Cheers.
I never do business with friends, all right?
That's rule number 1.
I know what's going to happen. Something's going to go wrong. You're all going to blame me.
But we all know rules are made to be broken.
All right, well.
So meet the new limited partners of Norm's Tan and Wash.
Got Mr. Tan in there.
Is this a half-baked investment or a well-done deal?
What was your reaction the first time you saw Diane naked?
Next time on Cheers.
Monday night following Eyewitness News at 10 on Television 3.
Every 2 minutes in this country, a baby is born with a birth defect. These babies often face a lifetime of serious physical and mental handicaps. Many of them die even before celebrating their first birthday.
But the March of Dimes and Walk America are helping babies fight back and giving them a better chance at a healthy start in life. Join us April 29th in Walk America. The miles we walk and the pledges we earn can make one more child a happy one.
Together, we can make the difference.
If you're talking about it,
True. I read it in the paper. Can you believe that?
it's on. Donahue.
They believe in chastity, and the organization they belong to seeks the truly faithful. Romance the old-fashioned way. No hugging, no kissing, no hand-holding until marriage. What's wrong with that? Could this be the best way to find the perfect mate? Modern romance versus chastity. Next, Donahue.
Tuesday afternoon at 4 on KIMT.
Everyone's a contender. Any team could be champions. But oftentimes by May, that truth has evaporated for many clubs. A slow start last year by the Twins in April may have cost them a late run at Oakland in September. But the guys at Tinker Field in March vow a different beginning for 1989.
Well, considering the start we got off to last year, I mean, we won 91 ball games, sure, but I mean, we had to come back from a long way, and hopefully we won't have to start off like we did last year, and everybody can be hitting at once this year, because when the season started last year, nobody was hitting for us except Gladden and Gagnon. I mean, Herbie and Gaddy and myself, I mean, we were struggling. But we came on along and all ended up hit 300. So it was an overall team effort, and we had to come a long way. And we worked hard at it all year, and we did good. And we come to spring training with an open mind and a lot of positive thoughts. And as long as you have positive thoughts, you can go a long way.
That's what Tommy Kelly's trying to install here this spring. Is last year we seemed like we were a little dead when we wanted to start the season. We were still coming off the high of the World Series, and we might have thought we were fired up, but maybe not as fired up as we could have been. I think that's what Tommy's going to try to install here. Make sure that we're ready to come out of the season, out of spring training season here, go up to Minnesota and be ready to play.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. Merbach and company will also be glad to take their early season schedule, which has the Twins playing 16 of their first 27 games at home. including 6 straight to open the year. Hey, last year you started on the road. This year you start at home. Is that going to make a difference in getting off to a good April?
I tell you what it will do, it'll keep us warm. I tell you, in New York, we had a beautiful day, opening day, and then from then on, the first 8 or 9 games, it was really cold, so it might help us as far as coming from Florida and going to the Metrodome.
You know, it's going to be nice to come back to Minnesota and play in front of 50, 55,000. It might be a good way to get started. Last year, we did lose our first couple at Yankee Stadium. It might have been a bad omen. You know, maybe this year we'll get going. But it is important to get off on the right foot. I think that's going to be key as far as we're concerned, and we're preparing that way.
Preparation, that's what spring training is really for. Sure, it won't hurt the Twins that they won 19 of 30 exhibition games, but winning isn't what March in Florida for these guys is all about. It's time to get the fundamentals down, work on skills, and make any changes if need be. One player working on a different approach to the plate, at least, is Greg Gagne. Although he had good power numbers for a shortstop, Gag still struck out 110 times, an awful lot, unless you're Jose Canseco.
You know, I think the biggest thing in striking out is, you know, last year I swung on a lot of bad pitches. And I'm kind of an aggressive type hitter up there, and sometimes I'm impatient for a good pitch. I have to discipline myself and be a little bit more patient up at the plate, get a good pitch, and let it go. It's tough. Last year was tough because it's tough to hit when you're 0-2 or 1-2 all the time. You want to get in those counts where it's 3-1, 2-0 in your favor, and you can sit on getting your pitch. So those are the things that, you know, I've been working on down here. But to be a successful hitter, I'm going to have to be patient up at the plate.
Does that mean trying to go to right a little bit more with the pitch?
Yeah, I think so. You know, because that's going to help me wait on the ball a little bit more. My problem is sometimes I jump out there a little too quick. If I stay back, I'm seeing the ball longer, and I have a better opportunity to see if the ball's going to be a strike or a ball. It's when I start jumping out at the ball. I don't see the ball, and I'm swinging at bad pitches. So, you know, hopefully this year I can really just concentrate on getting that good pitch and more of the time taking it the other way.
Gags would just love to have the kind of improvement Tim Laudner experienced last season. After his .190 here in '87, Laudner boosted his average by 60 points, earning a spot on the AL All-Star team, and more importantly, more playing time from Tom Kelly.
Mentally, I did make some adjustments, and I just relaxed and had fun playing the ball game. Physically, I did some other things as well, but the main thing I think was that the better I did, the more I got to play, and the more I got to play, the better I did. So all I can do is, you know, again, come out this year and do the best I can all over again. See the ball, hit the ball. It's not as difficult as people make it out to be. And for me, the more I can simplify it, the better off I am. If I start clouding up my brain with too many things, then I'll be my own worst enemy. See the ball, hit the ball. That's what I like to do best.
The hitting of Laudner and Gagne, I feel, are two of several keys on how the Twins will do this year in the American League West. Other areas to look to, as always, will be pitching and staying away from injuries.
Oh, definitely. Oakland's going to, you know, is the team to beat. They have a great team, and I think Kansas City has a good team, and a lot of teams are good. It's just that who stays healthy and who does well. I think if the Twins stay healthy, if we stay healthy and hit good, and our pitching does well, I think we'll be right in it.
Well, it's going to be us and Oakland, of course, and Kansas City's got a shot. It'll be tough. It all depends on who gets off to a good start and who's staying healthy, and you know, best pitching staff. Oakland showed that they could be beat last year in the series, so you know, hopefully we can really get started and make them chase us all year.
Well, obviously, I think Oakland's a team to beat. They've proven it last year, and we've got to go out there to take it from them. I think we can compete with them. We got a good enough club. I think with the addition of myself and Wally Backman, I think we're going in a positive direction. If we get off to a good start this year, you know, Oakland's going to have a hard time handling.
Yeah, Oakland's going to be right there again, especially with the addition of Mike Moore. You know, that's going to just strengthen that team. I think we're going to be 4, 5, 6 games better. Kansas City's got Bob Boone now catching. Texas changes the whole team around. The whole division's getting tough, and it's getting interesting. It's exciting. And
Bottom line is consistency. Whoever's the most consistent from day one to the end of the season is going to win the American League West.
Now, we'll get to my predictions on how high the Twins will fly in a minute. Need a little more time to think about it. Here's what my crystal baseball says about the rest of the majors, though. NL West, the San Diego Padres, they finished strong last season, then improved themselves during the winter more than any other team in baseball. The Dodgers are next, followed by Gamblin' Rose and his Reds, the Giants, Astros, and the bargain basement Braves. In the East, the Pirates move out the Mets, with the New Yorkers runner-up, followed by Montreal, the Cards, Cubbies, and Phillies. In the AL East, despite key injuries to start the year, the Brew Crew will bounce back by September to KO the Jays. Boston is third, then the Tigers, Indians, Yanks, and Orioles. And yes, I saw enough good things in Orlando to feel the Twins will get back on top. Kansas City and Oakland will make it a tight three-team race, with the late summer Texas Heat erasing the Rangers by the end of August. And as usual, Seattle, California, and the White Sox finished in a jumbled heap in the cellar. Well, no doubt about it. On paper, at least, come October, the Twins should be right there in what promises to be a great chase for the pennant. Well, that wraps it up here from Tinker Field in Orlando at the Twins Spring Training Camp. I'm Doug Merbach. Thanks so much for watching.